Hey everyone! Welcome back to All Old Rare Coins. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more coin collecting tips, history, and rare coin finds. Today, we're diving into a very interesting topic, the 1941 Liberty 1 cent. Is this little piece of history in your pocket change worth anything today? Let's find out. Before we get into the value, let's talk about the coin itself. Officially, it's known as the 1941 Lincoln Wheat Penny, part of the Lincoln Cent series that started in 1909. But many people refer to it as the Liberty 1 cent because of the prominent Liberty text that's featured on the coin. This coin was minted during a pivotal time in world history. It's a pre-World War II coin, made just before the U.S. entered the war in December 1941. It was a period of economic recovery from the Great Depression, and coins like these were in heavy circulation. The obverse of the coin features President Abraham Lincoln, and on the reverse, you'll see the famous wheat stalks, which is why it's called a wheat penny. This design was used from 1909 to 1958, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. So what is this coin made of? The 1941 wheat penny is made of 95% copper, with the rest being a mixture of tin and zinc. It weighs about 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. When it comes to mint marks, there are three types of 1941 pennies. 1. No mint mark, minted in Philadelphia. 2. D. Mint mark, minted in Denver. 3. S. Mint mark, minted in San Francisco. The mint mark is located just below the date on the obverse side of the coin. Always check this area because it can significantly affect the value of your penny. Now, let's talk about what everyone really wants to know: how much is the 1941 Liberty 1 cent worth today? For a circulated 1941 penny, the value ranges from 3 to 10 cents depending on its condition. Rare, higher grade coins, especially ones graded MS 65 or higher by a professional grading service, can fetch as much as $100 to $500. If you're lucky enough to find a proof coin from 1941, its value could be much higher, going up to $10,000 or more. The Denver and San Francisco mint marks generally fetch a bit more value compared to the Philadelphia ones, especially if they are in mint state condition. And here's a tip for all you treasure hunters out there: look out for errors. Mis-struck coins, off-center strikes, or double-die pennies from 1941 can dramatically increase the value, sometimes into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. If you want to determine the value of your 1941 Liberty 1 cent, you'll need to know its grade. Coin grading can be tricky, but here are a few key points to look for. If you think your coin is in mint condition or has any unique features, it's worth getting it professionally graded by companies like PCGS or NGC.so. There you have it. The 1941 Liberty 1 cent might not make you rich overnight, but it's a piece of history that's definitely worth keeping an eye out for. Whether you're a collector or just stumbled upon one in your change, it's always exciting to hold a coin that's over 80 years old. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with fellow coin collectors. Don't forget to subscribe for more coin videos. Now, I am diving into a piece of American history that every collector dreams of, the 1944 Liberty 1 cent coin. So, why is the 1944 Liberty 1 cent coin such a big deal? To understand that, let's take a quick trip back to the 1940s. In 1943, due to the shortage of copper during World War II, the U.S. Mint switched to steel to make pennies. These steel pennies were made for just 1 year. But in 1944, the Mint returned to using copper, recycling shell casings from the war effort to create these iconic coins. Now, let's talk about the design of this beautiful coin. On the obverse side, you'll see the classic image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This iconic design first appeared in 1909, marking the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, and has been a staple ever since. On the reverse, you've got the wheat ears, representing prosperity, along with the phrases, 1 cent and United States of America. The motto E pluribus unum reminds us of the country's unity, but here's where things get really interesting. Most 1944 Liberty 1 cents are copper, but a few rare steel versions were accidentally minted. These steel cents are highly sought after by collectors and can be worth thousands of dollars at auction. In fact, one recently sold for over $100,000. Copper versions are more common, but they can still hold value depending on their condition, mint mark, and rarity. Let's talk mint marks. The 1944 Liberty 1 cent was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. If you see a small D or S under the date, it indicates the Denver or San Francisco Mint, respectively. No mint mark? That means it was minted in Philadelphia. Comparison between real and counterfeit 1944 steel pennies, showing specific differences in color, weight, and magnetic properties. Collectors beware. Because of the high value of certain 1944 pennies, fakes and counterfeits are out there. One quick test for the rare steel version is to use a magnet. Real steel cents will stick. You should also watch out for altered dates, as some people try to modify 1943 steel cents to look like 1944 coins. So, whether you're lucky enough to find a rare 1944 steel penny or you're just starting to collect copper versions, the 1944 Liberty 1 cent coin is a must-have for any collection. If you're serious about coin collecting, make sure to have your coins graded by a professional, and store them safely to preserve their value. Ending, we're talking about a very special coin, one that's probably sitting in your change jar or collection, the Liberty 1 cent coin from 1957. So what's the story behind the 1957 1 cent coin? First, let's talk a bit of history. The 1957 penny is part of the Lincoln Wheat Cent series, which was minted from 1909 to 1958. It features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse, which is why collectors often call these wheat pennies. In 1957, the world was experiencing major changes. Sputnik was launched by the Soviet Union, and Elvis was topping the charts. But here in the US, this 1 cent coin was circulating everywhere, witnessing everyday life from corner stores to movie theaters. This design was created to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday back in 1909. Look closely, and you'll see his initials, VDB, near the bottom of the bust. On the back, we have the classic wheat stalks, representing America's agricultural history. Between the stalks, it says 1 cent and United States of America, with the Latin phrase e pluribus unum above, which means, out of many, one. This is a reminder of our unity as a country. Alright, here's where it gets interesting for coin collectors. The 1957 penny was minted in 2 places, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. You can tell which one you have by looking just under the year. If there's no letter, it's from Philadelphia. If you see a little D, it's from Denver. So how rare are these pennies? Well, over 1 billion 1957 pennies were produced, making them common, but that doesn't mean they're not collectible. In fact, some varieties, like those with double die errors, can be worth a lot more. A standard 1957 penny in circulated condition is usually worth around face value, but if you find one in mint state or with a rare error, the value can shoot up to $4,000 or even more. Speaking of value, let's talk grading. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. A well-worn 1957 penny might only be worth a cent or 2, but one in mint condition, especially one graded MS-65 or higher, could be worth more to serious collectors. Coins with higher grades, fewer imperfections, and those that look freshly minted can fetch prices much higher than their face value. Did you know that the 1957 penny is the last full decade of wheat pennies before the design switched to the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959? That means these coins are not only a part of history but also a last chapter in one of America's most beloved coin series. So, if you have a 1957 penny in your collection, take a closer look. Who knows, you might just have a little treasure in your hands. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos on coin collecting, history, and numismatic treasures. And let us know in the comments, what's the oldest penny you've ever found in your pocket change? Happy collecting, and see you next time.